Welcome to the video. There is some crazy stuff happening right now, and the whole purpose of this intro is to fill you in on what this hunt happening right now, the details of that, but I plan on kind of narrating how the season has gone and how the hunt for the buck I eventually had gotten earlier this season went down. So right now, the update. A month ago, a really big buck was shot, arrowed, didn't die. We confirmed it was still alive. Kind of hit it pretty far back in the hip, and that buck is still alive. This morning, I was up here, and I saw some deer out in the field pull up binoculars. There he is in our field, across from where I'm sitting right now. Watched him for about 3 minutes. He's with a group of about 6 does. They ended up working their way up into a small little patch of woods. They got the field to the south. There's a road that wraps around to the north. They're kind of landlocked in where they can go. I mean, they could feed across the road to the north, but they were out here this morning, so I feel pretty confident that if they're going to come back out, it's going to be out to this field. Jessica's pulling in right now. It's about 3 o'clock, and she is going to go sit in a ground blind that I set up this morning. And I am going to sit here and kind of just spot it out and see what happens. So we will see what Jessica has to say. All right, make a count.
Where do you want me to walk?
Just walk to straight through this tall grass to them pine trees. So while we wait to see what happens here, which I'm really excited about, I know Jessica is too. I mean, we're in the game on a Magnum. Let's backtrack and show you a few really fun, just awesome hunts, and showcase the buck I ended up taking. We'll go back to September. We're sitting in a ground blind filming Jessica. This one was pretty cool. I mean, you can't complain about seeing a lot of deer.
That blind?
Yeah. Good.
Tyler, it's only September.
Oh, that's turkey foot. That one's pretty big.
I think he just looks bigger because he's standing there still.
That's just no one I've never seen.
I don't want to shoot it.
Oh, that's so cool. Making a scrape. You see him? Like, if all these bucks. That's the 8-pointer that was out here right away. Real nice. You see how I'm talking? These big, but
Yeah. I actually like how its horns are like.
Big Joe is coming in. That's so cool. He's like the
Yeah, I guess he really is a big buck. Or a big bodied deer.
oh my god, you guys are killing each other. Okay. Why you gotta do that?
He's looking.
It was about this moment in the hunt that Jessica decided it's a pretty good buck, although kind of narrow, kind of unique. If he gets close enough tonight, we're gonna take a crack at him. It was also about that moment that we had decided to name him, although inappropriate, Chode. So going forward, that's what that buck's name was.
I like the split brow tines. That's kind of cool. So they're all coming in now.
The one I'm talking about, it's wide. It looks like Jim Beams. There's one more. Actually, there's two more that, if there's a specific one out there that comes close enough, we might be flinging it even.
Such a heartbreaker. Crap, I mean. Maybe he's gonna try and fight these guys. Or they're gonna try and fight him. Yep. Alright, we got bucks in front of us now.
Oh, that 8-pointer looks so big.
Compared to the other one.
This is like National Geographic. Okay.
It'd be literally perfect.
Those are just about fine.
That big one's out there.
Going nuts. So basically, how this hunt winded down was we just ran out of daylight, and the nice, kind of thin 8-pointer was, perfect, 25 yards. Could have took him all day. The Chodester was another 10 steps back, so maybe 30, 35 yards, and just never presented a shot. A little bit far. Daylight started dwindling. That's how it goes. But that was a crazy hunt. Saw a lot of bucks. That was a ton of fun. We'll show you the next hunt. Good afternoon, everyone. Sunday, October 3rd, 4th, somewhere in there. Bucks are starting to move around. Beginning of October, maybe a new one's showed up, so let's head to the blind. If you're watching this in 20 years, 30 years, when I'm 70 years old, hopefully it's still around. The year is 2020, and that year really sucked. Google it. Terrible. So I was sitting in the stump, just another awesome night here in Wisconsin. Saw a lot of bucks. Finally, we had an afternoon with some snow, and I decided to go hunt in the woods a bit. And going into this, Jessica had saw Chode the night before in her car, and I'm like, he's around. We really don't have anything like super big, regular. I'm just gonna go sit here and hopefully video some bucks, and if Chode comes by, at that moment I was like, I'll probably take him. So let's see what happens. Alright guys, we're all set up, beautiful setup, just off the food plot. It's a great spot. We're about 100 yards off the food plot. Should be deer coming up and feeding out there, so I'm just inside the woods. It's a solid hardwoods here, and I'm just hoping to see and video some bucks, and we're in the climber. I think the leaves should be crunchy enough where we should be able to hear them coming, but we might do some light grunting a little bit closer to dark, see if we can pull one. We're set up, hoping for a good hunt Sunday night, and October 25th. Things should be heating up as the snow is falling, and it's literally cooling down. Let's see what happens. Guys, there's deer. They're coming down this ridge right now. Probably going out to the food plot. Oh boy, I better get ready. Matt. Just killed Joe. I didn't know I was gonna do that, but what the heck? I know exactly what buck that is. It's an old buck, just not much of a rack on it. We call him Jode. The camera wasn't in focus, but we just shot him. He just went down. BBD, baby. They're big old body buck. I think I hit him a little bit back. He ran like 40 yards and then was just standing there. I don't know, but he ran off, was standing there for about 5 minutes. I could see him, binoculars, and just now he tipped over. 10 yards, I'm in the climber. This is just crazy. It would have been great footage if I had the camera on manual. Might be alright, but BBD, baby. Big buck down. Alright, guys. We just got down from the tree. I scurried up it about 3:30, and it wasn't a little over an hour and 20 minutes. We released an arrow, so let's go find this buck.
You shot him right.
I mean, he was so close. He's right here. 12 yards. The thing is, guys, it's been snowing. Not hard, but we can't find any blood. Thankfully, I saw him crash, but
It's a little bit of blood.
it would be pretty difficult. We know he crossed this log, and we still can't. And there's no blood. Maybe if the snow melted, you'd be able to see it, but
You would have just really had to look for blood. Because you can see a few.
this is a big buck, boys and girls. Massive head.
And body.
Really big body. Not much for horns.
What do we call them?
This is old Chodester.
As you can see.
Heavy. Kind of orange looking
Yep.
antlers. Must have been doing a bunch of rubbing. But just a steer. An absolute steer of a deer. Got some little splits, but might be 12, 11 inches wide. I don't care. This is kind of a management buck. We don't have any like slammers, much of anything over 130 inches, so I don't know. Just kind of went out fun hunting tonight. Had this buck run by, chasing a doe. I mean, that's some of the earliest type of action like that I've probably ever seen in Wisconsin, like full blown. He was pushing her hard. So
We got a lot of encounters with it.
yeah, so this is Chode. I'm sure up to this point in the video, you've probably seen him a few times. We videoed him multiple times. A couple times with Jessica, I think. Once the ground blind, and then a couple times with my dad, and then by myself. Like, this thing has been frequent. I really don't have many pictures of him. We've just seen him a bunch. Big head. just a goofy rack buck, but he's heavy. And I think he's gonna weigh a good amount too once we get him out of here. All swelled up, starting to get ready for the rut, and sweet. What do you think, Jessica?
Nice. The video is pretty cool.
Does it look sweet?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks cool with all the snow in the background.
Can you see this like paddle here? Come like video him. Yeah. Yeah. We'll send you a picture now. Oh, he's a big buck. Like, not much for horns, pretty heavy. Yeah. This is such a stupid buck. Okay, so here's the update. There's been a 2.5 that has ran through in front of Jessica a while ago when it was still sunny. I haven't seen any does yet. There's a couple does out in the field just now. Stepped out. Wait, he's out there. You didn't see him. He's out there. He's out in front of you, just around the corner with 2 does. There's 2 does and him. So, you'll be able... Okay, I'm gonna video him. Doesn't look like the deer gods want it to happen that way tonight, so seeing him is awesome, and that's how this whole deer game works. Kind of figure out what the heck's going on. It looks like that doe is probably getting ready, and he's going to be right by her side. It looks like for tonight he's going to live another night. Temps are gonna start getting better. Hopefully we can close the distance on him one of these nights. So that's the story of the buck I ended up taking, old Chodester. That was a fun hunt, and that is how we will close out this video. It doesn't look like Jessica's gonna be able to get him tonight. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later.